After their landslide victory in the 1937 elections, the Indian National Congress formed governments in several provinces. However, their rule soon turned oppressive, particularly for the Muslim community. The policies and actions of the Congress-led governments created widespread resentment and fear among Muslims. Under Congress rule, steps were taken to undermine Muslim identity. The Wardha educational scheme was introduced, which promoted Hindu philosophy in schools. Muslim students were forced to bow before Gandhi's picture, and Islamic teachings were sidelined. Wardha Scheme was educational reform brought by Gandhi, emphasizing on non-religious scientific studies and promoting local handicraft among students. In schools and colleges, Hindu students' unions started promoting Hinduism. Muslim students were asked to become Hindus, as their forefathers were Hindus. Under Shuddhi and Sangathan, massive conversion campaigns were started. Use of Urdu was discouraged instead. Hindi was promoted in schools and other educational institutes along with English. Vande Mataram was adopted as the national anthem. It was a poem that contained the praise of Hindu goddess and polytheistic ideology. Muslims rejected it as it goes against their belief. Muslims were systematically sidelined in government jobs, business opportunities, and administrative positions. Hindu-dominated administrations favoured their own communities, leading to widespread economic disparity. Several Congress-led provinces imposed restrictions on cow slaughter, disregarding the dietary and religious needs of Muslims. This move was seen as an attempt to enforce Hindu cultural practices over minorities. In some areas, restrictions were placed on Azan, the Islamic call to prayer, and other religious gatherings, creating further discontent among the Muslim population. Mosques faced increased scrutiny, and religious processions were often hindered by local authorities. The period of Congress rule also saw an increase in communal violence. In 1938, riots broke out in different regions, leading to widespread destruction. Religious places were attacked, homes were set on fire, and entire communities were left in fear. Muslim women and children were abducted, further fueling outrage and highlighting the insecurity Muslims felt under Congress rule. The oppressive rule of Congress between 1937 and 1939 deeply impacted the Muslim psyche. The injustices, discrimination, and violence reinforced the idea that Muslims needed a separate state where they could live with dignity and freedom.